Hello, what's going on, peeps? How are we doing? I am back for another day, and I am on my own today as well. So hello, here I am. How are we all doing? Let me put my screen on, and then we'll see who we've got in the chat, and then we will get ahead with today's stream. Let's see what's going on. We do have Florin. Hello to you. Stonksy, my man, how's it going? Yo, what's up? How's it going, mates? Reggie Man, hey. Interested to see Sui review? Yeah, we'll have a look at it. Who's here for Cowboy Dave? If you want, I suppose I could be a cowboy. You got Crypto Bro saying he's in a short from 105. Anyone else? No, I'm not. The only open position I've got is a long on Trump. We've got Sean in the house, and we do have the legend Wiz. Let's go, Dave. Bitcoin pumping, but I'm short at the moment. We've got Jay saying hello. Stonksy looks like a police mugshot. It wouldn't surprise me if Yonksy's been arrested a few times in 2025 already. Can you confirm or deny, Stonksy, have you been arrested in Thailand yet? I hope you're staying out of trouble anyway. But how is everyone doing? Thank you very much for joining me. Wiz is short on Bitcoin and Sui. I am long on Trump. I don't think it's looking too good at the moment. But it's more of build and position long. Yeah, minus 15. Nothing to worry about. If we come down towards 25, I'm going to add more. I'm convinced that this is bottoming out. So we could get another flush to the downside, but I don't really care. I will add some more on that. So yeah, building a position on Trump. And I can easily turn this liquidation price into price I will. Well, I suppose you can never say you won't get liquidated, can you? It's entirely possible I could do, but I doubt it. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. When next, Wiz and Dave? When are you free, mate? You can come on whenever. When are you free? You can come on tomorrow if you want to. Little Friday feel good stream. You can come on next week, whenever. I've got Justin on Monday, and then I've got obviously Save It Crypto on Wednesday as usual. So if you want to do next week, you've got Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. If you want to do this week, you can do tomorrow if you want. It's up to you. You let me know. What's the difference between a Trump and a fart? One's orange. One's orange, man. So I suppose that's the difference. Not in Thailand, trying to be a good boy. Good man, yes. They don't mess around in them Thai jails, Stonksy. And I don't think the Thai law really messes around either. So try and keep yourself out of trouble, mate. We don't want you going missing. But yes, obviously we'll have a look at Bitcoin today. We had obviously a really, really nice pump. Nice catch on Stonksy as well yesterday. And we have just been consolidating, haven't we, in this little low time frame range here. Easy support to resistance play at the moment. We've come down, tapped the support again, pushing up, so maybe we go back up towards here. We'll have to see, but that's where we're at the moment anyway. We'll obviously, I kind of want it today. I want to deep dive into like ETH. Someone's asked for a full Sui review, so we'll look at Sui. I do want to deep dive into ETH and Sol. We'll look at obviously the ETH Bitcoin chart, Sol Bitcoin, Sol ETH. Alrond is up. Oh, is it? Well, Mr. Saber Crypto will be very happy about that. That's some fully covered fart, you have to say. Everyone's Trump will be orange at the moment, I think. Orange man, good crypto. Orange man, good for crypto, is what we'll say. But obviously getting on to what we had yesterday. So obviously we had the Fed hold interest rates. And then we had Mr. Powell come out and say something interesting, obviously afterwards, saying that banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers. So Mr. Powell, Mr. Jerome Powell, is just publicly give the green light to say, banks, you're free to do as you wish. And then, very interestingly, we had David Sachs come out yesterday on Fox News. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
We got the study and the review, but the Bitcoin Reserve Texas is going to move forward. It looks like with legislation Dan Patrick announced today, that's a big priority for them in Texas. But how about the Trump administration?
Well, there's also a bill in the Senate. I think Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming has introduced a bill to create a national Bitcoin reserve. President Trump has asked us to study that issue, so we're just not ready to comment on it yet, but it's one of the things our working group's going to look at.
Can't wait. David, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Straight from David Sachs, the crypto Caesar, or however you say it. So, yeah. The crypto and digital asset Caesar, or whatever it's called, in the US under Trump's administration. Obviously mentioned Cynthia Lummis's bill, and obviously what Trump's asked him to do is study a Bitcoin reserve. So there we go. Looks like that is still obviously in the works. And yeah, we'll obviously keep up to date with that happening. But yeah, at the moment it looks like nothing's in the short term. We're not going to get anything in the short term. Chenry, stop spamming. Stop spamming in the chat. Yeah, stop spamming Ty in the chat. Yeah, everyone do make sure that you drop a like on the stream. It would be much appreciated. Short from 107.1. What's that on? 107.1. I don't know what you mean. But let's have a look at the liquidity anyway. Let's see where the liquidity is at. Let's go symbol. So 24-hour liquidity, we have a bunch, obviously a nice little block here, but the biggest chunk up at 106,500. Then we do have obviously another bunch down here, 104,369, down towards just below 104,000. So this is 24-hour liquidity. So maybe we get a run on both sides. Who knows? Let's go to 3-day. On the 3-day chart, it's looking like, the biggest chunk of liquidity is up at that same level, 106,500. So plenty of liquidity to the upside. There is obviously some to the downside here, but the biggest chunk is by far up here in the yellow. But again, entirely possible that we take these down here as well. And if we have a look at, let's have a look at the 2-week chart. How are we stacking up? The 2-week chart, again, leads you to believe that we are going to get a pump up towards 108,000 at some point, because it is stacked. As you can see here, there's quite a bit of gappage to the downside. There is liquidity there, obviously. But again, it goes really light down here. There's a gap there. Where to the upside, it's big cluster. And then obviously the biggest cluster up here at 107,500. So I think potentially, if anyone is looking for a short, maybe this would be it. Swipe of this liquidity. But then again, it all depends on how the daily reacts, because obviously we have not found a daily close above this level here so far. So that could also change anything. We'll have to see, won't we? But yeah, plenty of liquidity building to the upside now for any potential push higher. You say about no, I didn't say anything about that. You started spamming it in the chat, Chenry. Don't spam anything, please. You put it about 6 times, even more actually. I haven't mentioned anything about Ty. So yeah, that's obviously where we're at with liquidity. Interesting on the, a bit of a high time frame, the 2-week chart. We are stacked to the upside, so be wary of that as well. Even if we do get a push down lower, the market hunt, the reward is definitely to the upside. in terms of grabbing liquidity. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll stay monitoring. My Trump trade is not the best, but not the worst. We are only about 50 cents below my entry. And yeah, I think we'll see what happens with this, where it goes today. I would be looking to add. I do believe that this will come off at some point, but I could always be wrong, couldn't I? We'll just have to see how it plays out. And obviously how Bitcoin plays out. You know, if we do drop out of this box here, you know, potentially we're heading down towards here. It looks like anyway, on a low time frame. From this week, resistance, V-test there, support. So that would be, you know, an easy sort of level to watch out for, 104,500. So far, about a $500 drop from here. We've got SG15 saying, morning, Dave. Like smashed. What would you set the time frame on Stonksy for scalping, and what alternative time frame would you suggest? So if you're looking to scalp, I'd probably look at the 1 minute, 3 minute. Just make sure with these as well, you're using low leverage so you don't get hit with big fees. Because if you're using high leverage on scalping, obviously you're going to get swallowed up your profit in fees. So make sure you use low leverage to avoid them larger fees. And alternative time frame. It just depends what you want to see at the same time. So if you say you're looking at the 1 minute, there's probably not much point looking, I would say, at the 3 minute at the same time. Vice versa, if you're looking at the 3 minute, there's probably not much point looking at the 1 minute. Maybe you'd up it then to say the 5 minute. Suey boss. Yeah, in good time. Bullish news yesterday from China Open US. Yeah, Powell really kind of gave the signal, didn't he, to risk on yesterday, at least until mid-March. We'll see what happens in mid-March. I do expect probably some punches to be thrown between Powell and Trump by then. But we have got, you know, we've got a good run. The next FOMC meeting, so the next Fed interest rate decision does come in mid-March. So we've got a month and a half of potentially, you know, free minus, you know, other data releases like CPI and PPI and stuff like that. In terms of the Fed getting involved, we have got pretty much a straight run now for a month and a half into Q1 as well. So I do believe that we are going to get a bullish February. Now, if we go and have a look, let me just load up 2 more tabs because there are some things I want to look at. Let me look at this. So I'll get this up at the moment. We'll have a look. Let me reshare my screen. Once I've got my new setup going, this will be a thing of the past, turning my screen share off to load up a new tab. But as we can see, historically, February is a really good month, minus the odd blip. Last year, we had plus 43%, absolute monster returns. 12% in 2022. 2023 was flat. But yeah, 36%. Then obviously 2020 was when the pandemic was hitting. So there's no surprise that's minus 8%. But you know, generally it's been a bullish month with an average return of plus 15%. So if we did have plus 15% from here, you know, we'd be working all the way up towards $120,000. So even if we just hit the average, we could see that coming to fruition. So that's something to keep an eye on. February is generally bullish. And as you can see here, March has been bullish for the past couple of years. But historically, really, it's once it goes red, it's had pretty poor returns. But not since 2020 again. That was obviously when we had the big crash down. But generally, it's, you know, past 4 years, it's been really good. So we'll see what happens in there. And then obviously we go to April, May, June. Not the best run of months across April, May, and June, and then obviously we go into summer, which we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But February, I'm expecting some good things. Are you expecting some good things in February? Let me know what you're expecting. I'm not looking at Chippy. Powell seems to be pulling his punches with Trump when he was asked to comment directly on him, and he refuses. Yeah, well, the thing is, he doesn't really have to, because obviously we'll have a look at what Trump came out and said, but Powell's term is still in power, until I think it's May 2026. So unless Trump forcefully removes him by whatever method he could potentially try and pull, Powell can just carry on doing his thing. Trump wants interest rates lowered, of course. He likes low interest rates, so we'll see what happens. But I don't think Powell is going to alter his plan. We'll pull up what Trump said yesterday, and I didn't really agree with it that much, to be honest. I didn't really agree with it that much, but let's see, where was it? Not this. Oh, did he? He mustn't have tweeted it on here. He tweeted it on Truth Social. Let me try and find. Where would he? Maybe he tweeted it from the POTUS one. Did he maybe tweet it from this one? No, he didn't. Right. I'll try and find it anyway. Pretty much, he just stuck the stinger on Powell. Pretty much, when the Fed has actually done a really good job in terms of the Fed's handling of inflation in the US. It's done a really good job to bring it down without crashing the market yet. But yeah, Trump just wants low interest rates, where obviously Powell is prim and proper and wants to see the job through properly. So we'll have to see. How was the Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla earnings that come out yesterday? I have no idea, to be honest. Let's go and have a look. Microsoft, Meta, and who else was it? Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla. Let's see. So, earnings, they were slightly down. So they were 5.69% down, $1.5 billion. They missed on estimate. And then earnings per share was down the same amount, 5%. Microsoft hit it just with 761 million above estimate, and an earnings per share that was plus just under 4%. And Meta hit it as well, 1.39 billion above estimate, nearly 3% above that. And the earnings per share was massive, a big 18.71% up on estimate, $1.64, 264, sorry. So yeah, big uptick on Meta's earnings out of the three. Let's see when Nvidia's earnings are. So with Nvidia's earnings, this might be something to keep an eye on. Is late February. So we've got a while until Nvidia's earnings. That's in another month. Apple's earnings are today. Apple's earnings is today. And who's left? Amazon. Don't really matter too much to us, does it? And Google is next week. So yeah, interesting stuff for sure. MicroStrategy's earnings. The 5th of February next week as well. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Some definitely interesting, to keep an eye on. But we are wedged really now, aren't we, in this place for Bitcoin now, where if we do get a daily close above here, where it's failed to close on the daily so far, we could obviously make a run up here, and this bunch of liquidations that we looked at before, that really starts up towards here and then above, could really become like a firecracker for a launch above all-time high. But we need to get there first, so we'll carry on monitoring it and see what happens. Dave, do you believe we can have an altcoin one without quantitative easing? Yeah. I mean, really, apart from the narrative of giving, an uptick on, overall macro sentiment, I don't think really QE would do a whole lot for the crypto market now, because I think it's a bit too late. I don't think we've got as much time to feel the effects on that. Maybe it would have a little bit of an effect, but really what we need is obviously the last leg on Bitcoin to bring in new capital. Obviously, then see the rotation of capital into altcoins. That's really what we need. I don't think QE is really the trigger for the alt season. We just need that one more leg up on Bitcoin towards 120, 130k, and then I think we'll be Gucci from there. Today, Bitcoin pump day. Hopefully, yeah. When Czech central bank will start buying Bitcoin? Obviously, I can't remember who it was that come out and said they want to start buying Bitcoin, and then the finance minister has come out today and said he doesn't think it's a good idea. So we'll see, obviously, who wins in that, whether they actually do start buying it or not. But the finance minister can't really do that much, I don't think, when I think it was the head of the central bank, weren't it, that said they want to come out and do that. Don't know what, obviously, vote in favour they have to get on that to actually do it. But it seems to be that there's a bit of a mixture of ideologies on that in the Czech Republic. So, yeah, we'll see. Interesting for you as well. Those of you that have been on the stream the past couple of days, you will have seen I had a grey straw. I accidentally melted it yesterday. Everything very bullish. I agree, Yonksy. I'm bullish for February. I'm very bullish. I hear Sui is on Phantom. Does anyone know? Is it? If someone wants to check, do let me know. I didn't sign up for that Zig card yesterday as well. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that later on today. I'll do that tonight, actually. I'm going to do that tonight. Sign up for that Zig card. Did anyone go and do it? Let me know in the chat. Did anyone go and do it? Litecoin is having a mega run. Now, if anyone's not looked at Litecoin, let's go and have a look at it, because I've not looked at it in ages. However, obviously, we are still within this range that it's been in. It's coming up towards testing that now. But let's remove. So this is the one, obviously, where we need to hold on the daily. Looks like it's going to test that today, of course. Come up towards there. But interestingly, if we go to the weekly, it looking like maybe potentially we might see expansion on Litecoin now. Maybe, just maybe. Again, something I want to monitor. But it is looking like it's really starting to try and break out of this high time frame range now. So we'll see what we get with Litecoin, but potentially I could see this going above 200 in the very near future. Which again, it might be a rotation of capital out of maybe the ones that have pumped like XRP, XLM, Algo, them sorts of ones, maybe a rotation of capital into LTC. What do you guys think? Let me know. I can remove these now because these are on the other sheet. I can remove this. What else can I remove? I can remove memes off here now, can't I, as well? So Popcat can go, Melania can go, Fartcoin can go, SPX can go. What else have we got left? Tesla can go. I wish I would have held my Jasmine longs and my Say longs. I had them open from around about down here, but there we go. I de-positioned myself going into FOMC. But does anyone know, is Sui on Phantom now then? Does anyone know that for a fact? Is Sui on Phantom? I don't know.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
phone thinks I'm saying Siri, not Siri. But yeah. So yeah, it looks like at the moment anyway, we're holding this low time frame range low on Bitcoin. So potentially we're going back up towards 105,500 until it breaks at either end. We'll continue to monitor it. Let's see what Trump's doing. Come on, Trumpy. Another thing with this is, obviously, aside from the price action, I don't normally let sort of external factors play into my decision making, but I do believe after yesterday's announcement about, the fintech company they're going to be launching, I do suspect that we will have some news on what this is actually going to do, this Trump coin, at some point. So we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll just have to see, won't we? ETH's doing quite well today. ETH finally is doing quite well. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with ETH. But maybe how we turn the corner now. We'll do some dissection on ETH. I want to go and have a look at ETH BTC. But I do believe we might be entering a phase of maybe turning a corner on ETH potentially. Are we going to turn a corner on ETH? It's looking mighty good today. So let's go and have a look at it. Let's get into it. Let's get into ETH BTC. I'll tell you what, before we do that, for the guys that wanted Sui, let's go and do Sui first. Where's Sui? Where are you, Sui? Here it is. Right, so obviously we had this drew out. This played out nicely. Obviously getting below here and then dropping. And then we got below here as well. But if we remove that, this was obviously, this acted as clear SR on the daily. So this is going to be the test for Sui. Now, pretty much, if we get back in this box, I would expect, obviously, then it to reopen the range. It would reopen the price action trading inside this range here. So, daily close back inside the box and above reopens up towards, like 4.75-ish, down towards, obviously, here, like 4.28, whatever. Really, Sui needs to just get back above here. So it needs to get back above here to fly. Until then, we are stuck. Maybe it comes up, maybe it rejects and comes back down. Maybe it gets back inside the box and goes up. But that's pretty much where we're at with Sui, in my belief, anyway, from looking at this. This is clear. Clear SR to me. This is clear SR on the daily. So yeah, I don't know. But then again, you could draw that box elsewhere, to be fair. We do have lots of candles coming back into it. Well, I think, yeah, reclaiming this one is imperative. There's not really much point going out to the weekly chart because obviously this is all-time high. But I suppose what we could do is we could go and look at Sui Bitcoin. Obviously, we've had this very sharp sell-off on it. Very sharp sell-off. And, if you wanted to, I suppose you could draw yourself a trend line if you wanted to, down here somewhere, breaking out of that. But the long and short of it is everything is looking like it's having a good day against Bitcoin today. Obviously, Bitcoin's up 1.5%. We've got ETH up nearly 5%. We've got Sol up nearly 6%. So everything's having a good time against Bitcoin. But obviously, what we want to check out is obviously ETH against Bitcoin. Again, we came down and we tested this wick yesterday. So, it did come down again. We are getting a nice bounce on it today, and obviously you can see that in altcoins. But really, if we zoom out and have a look, we do have some things that we can look at. So if we do end up getting up there, this would be a very good recovery as it is. But we do obviously have this high time frame trend line coming down there. we've got a lower time frame one coming down here as well. There was one coming down here, so just depends where you want to draw it, really. But, you know, if we do pump up, we're going to come into action with this. That's about another 10% away. And then this, you know, it is a key zone. You know, support, flip to resistance, resistance, sell off. I think up towards this trend line, we'd probably then tap that. I would imagine we'd get a slight retrace from that. But then I think once above that, we're then going to probably come and have a little stab at this. Let me put that in yellow. Yeah, there we go. So then probably have another stab at this. If we can get above that, then we're on to this trend line. So easy 3 stages, really. So we've got, you know, we've got 1, we've got 2, and then we've got 3. In my view, anyway, 3 simple stages for ETH Bitcoin. If we're not going to make new lows, if this was it, which hopefully it is, up towards here, obstacle 1, obstacle 2, obstacle 3. Then if it does get above that, we're off to the races then. Does anyone agree with that? Does anyone disagree? Let me know in the chat what you think. But even just this run up to here, you know, if we can come up to this trend line, that's going to be good for altcoins. This would be great for altcoins. This would be even better. I do suspect that would be a bit difficult to break because it is a high time frame trend line dating back a couple of years. So if we did get up there, maybe we'd come back down, test this from the upside, and then try and then break it properly, which would then open the door to, you know, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 even maybe. What do you guys think? Now, in terms of ETH, let me know if that's. Are you all quite satisfied with that analysis on ETH Bitcoin? Are you all quite satisfied with that? Let me know in the comments if you want me to move on to just standard ETH analysis, because there is something good to note on the ETH chart. Let me know if you're all good with that. I'll take it that you are, because no one's saying anything. So let me just zoom out a sec. Has anyone got any questions on ETH Bitcoin? No? Or was that quite satisfactory for everyone? Let me know. Let me know. GMO, Mantra, and Sui proven to be legit project during the downturns recently, especially. Yeah, it's got incredible strength. That what you've been buying on these dips. On the streaming account, I'm just trying to trade Trump. That's the only one that I'm interested in at the moment. In terms of my personal ones, I added a good chunk to what I'm already holding, and I added a few new ones in there as well. But is everyone pretty satisfied with this, with what we went through on that? So let's move on to obviously the normal ETH chart. Oh, I can't see that because of that. Let me make that white. There we go. So obviously on the log chart, I've switched it over to log for this. So as you can see, we've got this nice, nice steady, you know, where price comes into demand. We could even make that a bit smaller, really. We could, no, not like that. Yeah, like that. You know, proven to be, you know, buy, worked out, buy, worked out, buy, worked out, buy anywhere along these touches, worked out well. Now, what the interesting thing is, obviously, if we're going to come up, there's big liquidity. Just you just know that there's big liquidity above these highs. There's going to be major liquidity above these highs. If we're going to take them highs out, I would suspect we'd probably come up here. So, what I'm thinking on ETH is we do something like this. Now, this is obviously, this is probably to play out over the next, you know, month or two. But this is my idea for ETH anyway. Ryuk. That's exactly what I'm doing. That is literally exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing that right now. So as you can see, we've got this diagonal support here where price is found, demand. Now we do obviously have triple tap on here, pretty much triple tap, 1, 2, 3. There's big liquidity above here. So I do suspect, you know, if this bounce, if Bitcoin is going to, you know, take a U-turn, if ETH is going to get a real rocket up its ass, the first thing I expect is these highs to be cleared out. You know, that one didn't get as high as them two, but that kind of is a triple tap. However, notably on these two, equal highs on this point and this point. But really, I suppose you could consider that a triple tap. Now, once we get up to that point, I probably think that we do retrace, probably slightly. Depending on the strength of the market, we could just blow straight through. But if we do get a retrace, probably a trap. Round off. Trap people selling ETH, trying to short it, whatever. And then I think this is probably the area where I'm looking and thinking, right, this is the area where people get uber bullish and get trapped. So if I just extend this slightly. So I'll show you exactly what I would probably be expecting. So up towards here, take out, up towards here, take out these highs, come down slightly, rocket ship, breaks above here, takes out all-time high. People get extremely, extremely excited. Extremely excited. We then get towards 6K. Probably don't, I would imagine we probably don't touch it. We round off. And then we probably come up to here, do this, smash through, and come back down towards the trend line. That is probably, you know, if you was to ask me how would I expect the next 2-3 months to play out for ETH, that's probably what I would say. But 10K of Solana yesterday. Hope it pays off a little bit. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully. Yeah, that's probably what I'd be expecting for ETH. Now, really, this would be very good for altcoins. This is probably where we get the altcoin season here. I would expect a bit of distribution here, maybe a bit of a range. People would think, right, we're just ranging before we go to 10K. And then, you know, people think, right, we're just ranging there, 10K next. It gets back below and then gets, you know, probably a bounce here. A bit, obviously, it's a bit of an SR test in it. That would probably be like another 10% bounce and then roll over, smash through, come back in towards this trend line. Maybe we bounce again from there, but really the contagion risk for ETH is when it gets below here. That'd be the first stop. That'd be the second, and then we'd be coming back down towards here then. spot on there. I think the same. Then July into September, maybe 9.5k ETH. Can you see another sell in May, or think this cycle is different? Well, typically, you want to get out before then, because the dip has generally already happened when that comes around. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I expect. I don't know. I think we probably get the same standard top in Q1, early Q2. You know, like well, to be fair, I think probably Bitcoin tops in February, at least for the first half of the year. Then we'll get an altcoin run. Everything will crash in late March, April. By the time May comes, the dip will have already happened. We have a boring summer. Maybe we have an altcoin summer. I don't know. But in terms of high time frame, you know, whenever this plays out, you know, whether it's Q1 later this year, I don't know. But this is what I would be expecting. I just don't know. I don't know whether the party's going to go on for that long to take us into the back end of 2025. I'm undecided yet. I just don't know. But this is probably what I would be looking at. In terms of whenever this is, you know, whenever potentially this happens or whatever, once it does flip this trend line, I do think that this will be the easiest sell on ETH. If it comes back up, rejects, then right, okay, now we are going to start entering a high time frame downtrend. Again, first stop here, probably bounce, second stop, and then last stop, come and take out them lows if we do go that low. But it's pretty much just a channel, innit? That's all it is. It's just a channel. You know, we could suppose you could draw it like this? Suppose you could. Again, and look at that, you know, if you're drawing from tap up towards this tap, you know, even if you move that down if you wanted to. Again, you know, that would line up to coming into the top of this channel. But I don't know about that. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, for those of you that asked for my thoughts on ETH, that's where I'm at. But in the short term, I expect bullish ETH, yeah. Nice bullish ETH in the short term, alongside the rest of the market. We go over to Sol. Obviously, Sol's a bit more clear cut because, you know, pretty much we just need to properly enter price discovery. Now, the thing with Sol is it's broke its all-time high twice. So, obviously, let me get rid of these little dots here. The thing with Sol is it broke its all-time high here by what, like $4 or something, then sold off. Then broke it again here, and then obviously had big absorption. Sol's yet to enter price discovery properly, where when we got like Bitcoin, so you say this run up on Bitcoin here, you know, price discovery, bang, 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 you know, just continuously move, a continuous move to the upside. While Solana's broke its all-time high, it's been across, you know, one day and then absorption back down. You know, here broke it, and then they come up again, but then sell off. Here, come up, one big day of up towards $300, then sell off. So really, you know, we're waiting to, you know, this is clear where someone wanted to push Sol down or was happy taking profits, but we're sort of waiting for this, you know, like the continuous grind up towards $400, 400, 500, whatever you want to draw it. But this probably coincides with, you know, overall altcoin trend as well. While Solana is strong on its own, it's obviously, you know, power in numbers, in it. So if ETH can really put a push on towards 4K, 4.5K, 5K, I would expect this then, you know, come up into sort of this region here, 500 to 400. Pick wherever you want in there. Pick wherever you want. Really steam train, then steam train, little distribution back down. Wherever you want to, wherever you think it does that. That's what we want to see. We want to see proper expansion to the upside. So yeah, hope maybe that provided some value. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if that provided some value to you or not. I think ETH's looking really interesting because it's so like Solana. We're just waiting for price discovery, where ETH has still got to move through its structure to sort of even try and get there. Do you know what I mean? This is clear, heavy resistance for it, big liquidity above here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, ETH looking really nice, to be fair. In terms of how easy it will be to read, it'll be a dream to trade. Again, I think there'll probably be a lot of people that try and short this at first, and then this is why I think probably it blows past it. People then get trapped trying to short it, trapped trying to long it, comes back down, just wrecks both sides, then rips it up to wherever, back below, back down towards this trend line, get a bounce, and then drop below. But let me know, what are your thoughts? It'd be great to hear everyone else's thoughts in the chat. In terms of Bitcoin, yeah, we do just want to see like sort of that expansion, don't we now? We've had consolidation. The good thing on Bitcoin is it's showing signs like last time. So if we go to last time, obviously when we was building momentum to the upside, any sort of sell-off when we was making our way towards range high got absorbed, didn't it? So obviously this was the crash on August 5th. We come up. Then this was obviously the retest of that. Good absorption there. Then as we come up, dip again, good absorption here. Here, good absorption. And then here, towards the tail end of that dip, good absorption. Same kind of thing here. We've had, that liquidation event there. We've had good absorption there. We've had good absorption again here. So maybe it's ready. I don't know. Maybe it's ready to move to the upside. I mean, if we just fib that level, if we just fib that from obviously the what have I got here? No, don't want any of them here. If we just fib that from obviously the original high to the low, wherever that is, as you can see, the 0.618 takes us up to 120. Then the higher extension takes up to 140. So I think this is probably the golden zone. Anywhere around here, I think this will probably be blow off top material. And then this would obviously be, base case. The answer's probably somewhere in the middle. I think trendong. I think trending upwards will carry on. We will consolidate, break down, fake out, and head higher again. Says RN. Hello, Big Dave. Hello, Imagine Project. How you doing, mate? Thanks for joining. Great to see you. Yeah. Big thank you to everyone who's joined so far. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream for me. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream. But let me know your thoughts on the market. Is there anything you want me to look at? Do you think I'm talking absolute nonsense? Do you think I'm talking sense? Does my plan counteract with yours? Let me know in the chat. It'd be interesting to know where you guys are, positioned at for what you're going to look for. It would be great to know. Just did a full boxing session. Everything is so sorted, mate. Wait until tomorrow. Wait until tomorrow. Talking a lot of sense, giving really good advice and analysis. You've got what it takes, my man. Thanks, Scottish. Very kind of yet short in Pengu. Are you? Oh, Yonksy, you devil. Let's go and have a look at Pengu. Probably want to scale down to like the 1 hour on that, don't we, on Pengu? Mate, where are you shorting it to? Like, it's you're wild, you Yonksy. You wild man. You're a wild man. You're brave shorting that there, I'll be honest. Maybe you turn out right. Maybe you turn out right. But you're brave shorting that at the bottom of where it's currently reached so far in its history. You're a brave man. I wouldn't be shorting that there, but that's why you're out living it up in Thailand, innit? It's going to Sub-Zero. I do agree, but I think unless like sort of you've just got your invalidation there, which I'm sure he has, it's just wedged in this tiny range, innit, for now. No doubt it gets a pump at some point, like With again, everything's looking the same, innit? With came down a bit yesterday. Fartcoin's continuing on. It's had quite a resurgence. It's done nearly 2x already from where it was down just on Tuesday. So in 2 days, it's done 1.5x on it, nearly 2x. SPX again, another strong recovery. Came down, tested demand again down here, and rallied. What time was that? 7 a.m. on Monday. So yeah, are memes making a comeback? Is the selling pressure over for memes now? What do you think? Looks like Silly got delisted on whatever that is. Popcat. The thing with Popcat is, if we go on a daily chart, as you can see, it's now rejected. So this was previously demand here. As you can see on this one, we dropped below, come up, and then we've rejected off it there. So for Popcat, we want to see like a daily close back inside here before you can say, right, okay, let's try and have a stab at this. I wouldn't be touching Popcat at the moment. WIF is very much the same. As you can see here, demand, drops below, comes back up, rejection, down. So WIF needs to really, WIF needs to get back in there as well. This thing is cooked, innit? Like we're talking about this, this week. Now the only saving grace with this is, right, literally, I can't understand it. I can't understand this. Like each time it looks like it's forming a base, it just goes lower. However, the only saving grace with this is this potentially you've got your accumulation, then you've got your manipulation. Is it kind of like a power of 3 maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, there is just no sense to this coin at all, and it's just going to carry on going lower and lower and lower. But that's the only thing I'm thinking of. You've got obviously consolidation, accumulation, manipulation, and then potentially expansion. That's the only thing I can think of without saying this thing is just fucked. I'm overall bearish, but there is still money to be made short term. I understand what you mean. Yeah, I mean it's always good to be defensive in it when you think the market's topped out. I do think that we do get one more leg. I do think we get one more leg on Bitcoin, which then leads to altcoins having the time in the sun. Love my SPX bags, mate. It's just a solid performer in it. Long the top, short the bottom, where Eagles there. Yeah. Plus 8% stop loss on entry. It's a free trade now. Well done, Yonksy. You're the man. You'll get 10 memes. That will be super strong this cycle. I'm just not touching any new memes from now on. I think this cycle memes are already out there. SPX is my top pick. Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I do like Bert as well. Bert's up good. I suppose you could call it, it's relatively new. By a couple of months, yeah, so I suppose you could say it's new. I do believe that will be one that does at least 10x from here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I do think that it does. I think that it does well. But again, not financial advice, and I know nothing. I think we get a thing go on Doge soon. As you can see on Doge, right? On Doge, you can see we've got kind of like a pinch point coming on it. So we've got kind of like a pinch point coming on Doge here, where it's coming into compression. Kind of like Trump is. You know, kind of like Trump, where we're getting that real compression now. Yeah, which, you know, we get up here, then, you know, we're going straight to high 30s again. Oh, I do apologise. We're going straight to high 30s again once this breaks here, in my opinion. Probably up towards here-ish. Gold is at all-time high at the moment. So that'll be sucking a lot of liquidity up, won't it, as well? As people pile into gold. But yeah, I think overall the market looks good. I think memes, most of them anyway, not all of them, a lot of them look well positioned for a comeback. You know, obviously like the ones that are at least relevant. And then the overall market isn't looking too bad. Obviously, if we get a breakdown on Bitcoin today, then it's just going to ruin everything. A drop down isn't too bad if we do go down towards here. That would be fine. But if we start then breaking down even further, then it's going to ruin altcoins yet again. I'll tell you what we need to look at. Let's go and have a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin. Yes, we are falling down today, hence the improvement in altcoins. We can get rid of this now. That's not relevant anymore. But yeah, my box is still doing well. I can't remember when I drew this out. It was ages and ages and ages ago. But we did come up into it. Now, as you can see, it's struggling obviously at the lower end of this box, just under 60%. If we look at it on a weekly chart, however, it still looks good. So, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Justin had some good levels outlined for this on Monday's stream, which we'll probably cover again on this coming Monday stream. But as you can see, just in this time frame, this is where we had that decent push up on altcoins. So you can only imagine, obviously, if we do get like a full retrace down towards 50%, something like that, just how good altcoins will push up. But we'll have to wait for that, won't we? Tired, mate. Do a quick 20 push-ups. That will fire up. I'm not too bad today, to be fair. I'm not actually too bad. I have been tired this week. I've been shattered this week. I've not been getting a lot of sleep, to be fair. So, yeah, I've been shattered. And obviously working very hard. So, that takes it out of you as well, doesn't it? Tasty. But yeah, not too bad overall. We've got 40 minutes until US Open as well. And it looks like potentially we are going to get a little breakdown on Bitcoin here. Maybe coming out of this, I suppose, low time frame distribution in it, markup distribution, maybe down towards here is what I'm expecting. What I'm hoping for anyway, because it's going to ruin the altcoin party otherwise. And then, yeah, everything's just going to get crushed again. Let's see how my Trump trade is doing. We're very close to break even on that. I just can't see how this doesn't get a push up at some point. It's got to, hasn't it? It's got to at some point. You would imagine so. Why is Sui firing? Someone mentioned that it was going on Phantom. I don't know whether that's had a play into it or not, but apparently it's going on Phantom Wallet. So I don't know whether it's just general Sui strength, like it has been strong for, the past 6 months or so. Or, well, no, I suppose no. It was actually before, weren't it? It's just strong on the Bitcoin move, that's all. It's just one of the stronger alts on the Bitcoin move. Don't think there's really anything too much to play into it apart from that, yeah. It's just one of the stronger movers. XCN is just, this thing just doesn't slow down, does it? This thing just does not slow down at all. I mean, look at it. Crazy. But yeah, do make sure you've all dropped a like on the stream. Those of you on X as well, do make sure you come over to the Stonksy channel and drop a subscription on it. We are at 1.55k. Let's see if we're a little bit higher now. Yeah, 1.55. So, we're slowly making our way towards 2k, aren't we? Let's see, if you do have the time as well today, do make sure you go and check out this latest video and the few latest videos. This one's done really well in the end. Yeah, do go and check them out. It'd be great for you to come and watch this. I am in the midst of filming another video as well. I filmed part 1 today. So if anyone's got anything that they'd like to see more of on the YouTube channel, let me know. What style of videos would you all like to see? Might short BNB. Do you know what? I haven't looked at BNB in ages. I haven't looked at BNB in ages. Let's see. It's one of the ones that I don't think many people really ever check it, do they? So we've got resistance, aren't we, coming down here? So close eye on any interaction up towards 70710-ish. However, it's not really that far away from its all-time high, is it, at all? And it's held up well, to be fair, compared to most. What is it? It's only down, not even 15% from its all-time high. So yeah, it's held up really well. I don't know. I mean, this would be the prime short, wouldn't it, when it comes back into action with this trend line? This would be the highest risk-reward short. Stonksy got a great call on it on the daily. But this would be the highest risk-reward short for sure. But I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? I just never really look at BNB at all. just never really look at it, never pay attention to it. Or maybe I should, I don't know. But it's one of them ones where it's just like, I don't know. I think because obviously it's tied so closely to Binance, like I think probably it's just not seen as exciting, is it, compared to other altcoins? Like, even though it's not directly an exchange token, obviously it's tied so closely to Binance. Like, you wouldn't really go and say, "Oh, come and have a look at KuCoin token," or whatever, would you? So maybe that's a bit of it. I don't know. Crypto karaoke or crypto freestyle. We mentioned. No, I'm not singing on stream. Hello, Justino. How we doing, my mate? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Great to see you in the chat again. Great to see you in the chat. Yeah, hope you're good, mate. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. If you look at, I personally probably wouldn't look to short it from there. I suppose there is probably a good argument. Maybe that could be considered SR, maybe across this level. But personally, I think obviously the highest risk reward is up here, in it once it comes into contact with this again, I think. But maybe there's a case that this is SR, where it's trying now. Obviously here, all here. So maybe. I mean, if we stick it on there, what does it look like? I don't know, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't try it here, but you know what you're doing, mate. So you let me know if you short it, and let me know the outcome of it. We've got just over half an hour now until US Open. So, but I am enjoying the altcoins today. It's good to see everything in the green. It's good to see everything in the green for a bit, innit? I've got XCN again leading the way in the top 100. Then Litecoin, like we covered before. Then we've got a few others. CHZ, God, do you remember that? Do you remember that coin? Say's up here. Rune, I thought that died. Thought Rune died. Did Rune not die in the end? I thought Rune was a bye-bye token. Jesus Christ. Came right into this nice little region as well, didn't it? And then just shat itself. When did Rune die? Was it? I'm guessing it was this one. What happened with Rune? Does anyone know? Would anyone like to share what happened with Rune? So far, so good on. If we have a look at this, no, actually, let's put it in yellow. How do we get rid of the? It's that, innit? Yeah, there we go. And turn that up more. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened with it. Does anyone know? It fell right below, though, didn't it? It fell right below here. That was a good short, obviously, as it was falling below, like, definitely into like the $3 and below bit. That was a good short down towards 2. But I think I thought someone was saying like the team was bankrupt, or there was something going on with funds, weren't there, on Rune? I don't know what it was. I can't remember, but there was definitely something. I'm surprised it's held up so well, to be fair. I was expecting it to be completely crushed. Yeah, Litecoin. Oh, do apologise about me yawning. Litecoin we covered before. So yeah, plenty of green across the market. Whether that stays or not, we'll have to see. Let's see if there's any losers. Marginal. We've got Portal down the most, and then the rest are just marginal, aren't they? Let's see how my Trump one's doing. Not too bad. Justin, are you still holding your Trump? I opened another one today. This is one I opened today. It looks like we're getting a bit of breakdown on Bitcoin now from that low time frame range. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, potentially getting a bit of breakdown on Bitcoin now. We are maybe starting to lose obviously this low time frame range. Let's see. Are we just going to dip out of it like we did early this morning? Or maybe. Do make sure you drop the like on the stream now, and if you're new, subscribe. Welcome to the stream. If you're viewing on X as well, make sure that you follow the Stonksy X account and hop over to YouTube. Just type in Stonksy Indicator and drop a subscribe on the channel. It'd be great to welcome you back every single day. I would be most humbled if you would come back and spend a few hours with me every day. It would be an honor. Let's go and have a look. I'll tell you what we can look at. We can look at Sol Season. Let's look at Sol Season. Sol Season had some good buys come into it yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, 1 point. Oh no, that was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago, wasn't it? Yeah, nearly 2K buy off there. Now, I believe this wallet is quite it's quite the big boy. I think this wallet. Let's see who bought. Yeah, it's still got 368k in Sol to deploy and 33k in tokens, 10k in Roscoin, Spawn, DeepSeek, Duna, a few others, and then obviously there we have Solana Season. Interesting stuff. But he came in with a little buy. Be interesting to see if he pumps it even more. I don't know who that is. But as you can see, it's coiling up nice. We had this little accumulation range here. We got above it, come down, come back and tested it again, back above, and it looks like potentially curving to the upside nicely. So maybe back towards 400k soon on the old Sol Season. But let me know what you want to see. What should we look at? Come on. Someone say something. Don't be shy. Don't be shy now. Come on. Give me anything. Give me something to go off. Give me something to go off. Come on now. Tia. Okay, let's have a look at Tia. Oh, yeah. Looks like we are getting a bit of a breakdown on Bitcoin now. Let's see. About Rune, a post in TSC chat was made about ThorChain was insolvent. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, I thought that was something what it was, that they were having monetary issues. So yeah. See, nice call on Stonksy here, isn't it, from yesterday? Oh no, today. Today's Thursday, isn't it? Let's have a look at the daily chart. Yeah, I mean, would I move this potentially? Would I move it to up there? Maybe that would make more sense. I don't know. Where would I move it to? Maybe there. I'd move it to there. Pretty clear cut though, innit? Like, regardless of where you want to put this box, I'd probably move it to there, to be honest. But as you can see, any time that we dip below this box, it has got back above. So potentially, Is this going to be another one of them cases? Back above here and then push to the upside. That's really what I'd be watching for. Is a reclaim of this region, wherever you want to draw. I mean, you could move it a bit more down if you wanted to. You can move it a bit up. But there's no doubt that it's imperative to tier structure. So you could use a line if you wanted. If you didn't want to use a box, you could use a line. Do whatever you want. Make it colourful, whatever. But I would say probably yes. The only important thing on tier now is obviously putting another deviation in, like in the past. You know, like this here. Apparently the DXY just tanked. Yeah. Stonksy is AIXB long. Miss Lagarde must have dropped bombs. I never keep up with any of that, I'll be honest. I hate the European Union. Yeah, not a fan, but yeah, probably seems that way, doesn't it? Ondo and Floki. Yeah, Floki's actually not on the meme list, to be honest. Floki's missing off the meme list. Let's see. Floki. It's one from last cycle, innit? Came in again, come into a good level, hasn't it? It's come into a good level down here. Yeah. Not a bad one. But this was one, yeah, this was, I remember Floki well. Yeah, that had a good push up, didn't it? Let's see if we can get one. I mean, that was a monster move, wasn't it? Interesting that Floki's one, really, where it's never really been touched since, like, pretty much a year. You know, where we've seen downside on alts and, you know, memes come up and go down. This has pretty much just been within a standard range, hasn't it? You know, it's pretty much not moved from in there. You know, with a like 150, 60%, whatever price movement, but not really moved. Let's see if we can get. Let's see the MACD data. Yeah, this was its come up in late 2021. If we look on deck screen, it would have rallied a lot more, but just from that listen, it did 30x. Yeah, I mean, it's come up, retested its highs, and it failed to get above. But it's held, you know, it's held well down here, and it's retested sort of that area again. So I suppose, you know, until it breaks below, we assume that it holds, don't we? If it does break below, it's coming back down towards here, you'd say. There's literally nothing, really, on either side. You know, vaporware. There's literally just nothing but air. SMFC says, I forgot you were streaming. How's it going? Hello, SMFC. It's going all right. Yeah, not going too bad. Bit of a chilled stream today, to be fair. Bit of a chilled stream. I think I might try and get ECB speech is live. Is it? If you want to have a look. Where can I find it? Where can I find the ECB speech? Let me know. Is it streamed on YouTube like the Fed speeches? But Trump, yeah. I'm gonna go out on a whim on this, and I'm gonna say that I think I'm gonna be proven right on this, but who knows? I might take an L on it. We want to take a look at IBM stock pre-market pumping. Oh, is it? Let's go and have a look. Whoa, look at that. So what's caused this SMFC? Just over 9% surge in the price pre-market. What's the catalyst for this? Yes, Dave, how you doing? Yes, Luke, how you doing? Recently joined the team, looking forward to being more active with you guys. Does anyone look at the futures market using Stonksy and Nasdaq in particular? You can do, mate, yeah. You can use it across everything. Maybe we'll do a little bit on Nasdaq. But yeah, it's great to have you over on Stonksy, mate. Hopefully see you. Make sure you get active in the Discord as well. If you've got any questions, pop them in the Discord. Post your BLOFIN wins in the channel. And for those of you that are in the stream and aren't signed up to BLOFIN, I'll just drop the link in the chat now. And it's the first link in the description as well if you want to get it from there. But yeah, anything you need, Luke, just drop it in the Ask Questions channel in the Discord as well. They beat their Q4 earnings prediction. Right. Only just got a card charger. Gun to your head, up or down for Bitcoin from now until this time tomorrow. Bloody hell. Let me go and have a look at it again. Up or down for Bitcoin until this time tomorrow. Oh God. Oh, it's such a tough question because it's monthly close as well. Like it's monthly close tomorrow. We expect some fuckery, don't we? Like in my mind, then I wanted to say down because I was thinking, right, it probably makes sense to come down and test this level, but I just think it would catch loads of people off guard if it just ripped to the upside. Like I do just think it would make sense to come down, clear out this build up that we've had here. Maybe come and test this what looks like to have flipped into like a little SR region here. Maybe come and test this again. Obviously clear everything out from on the way up and then maybe bounce to the upside. So that's what it looks like to me. That would make sense, doing that. But then I look at the liquidity on a 2-week time frame and I just think, if we just ripped all the way into the monthly close and come up and took this liquidity here, I think that would probably catch most people off guard. So I don't know. If you're going to put a gun to me head, I'm bullish for all of February, so I'm just going to say higher. So we'll see if I die or not, won't we? If I die, it's been nice knowing everyone. What about you, James? Let me know what you're thinking. Staying disciplined, waiting for New York Open. Very good, mate. The BLOFIN link is in the chat and it is in the description. First link. Good call. SMFC first round of earnings of the year. Did you see how much Meta blasted their earnings, didn't they? They had a really good earnings report, Meta. Who missed? I think it was Tesla missed, and I think Microsoft hit as well. Dave, I got a good start for you. ETH's only had one red February in its history back to 2018. Yeah, we was looking at the Bitcoin ones before, because I'm very bullish going into February. Very bullish. But I suppose, can we swap this to ETH? But I'd say I don't. How do we swap this to ETH? I don't know. But I'll take your word on it. That is a good stat. And we did go through the ETH play as well before. I'll get it up on the screen now. So this is kind of my thoughts on ETH. Is sort of something like this. Is up towards 4K. Take out these equal highs here. Drop back below. Trap people. Rip it up towards just above all-time high. Consolidate for a bit. Everyone gets super bullish. It breaks back below. Bounces off this SR test. Comes down. And then wherever we go from here, I don't know. Whether, obviously, this is a high time frame trend line. So, you know, maybe bounce again from there. But if we drop below, then back down towards here. And then we go stage by stage. Take out, take out. Oh, that'd be painful, wouldn't it? Oh, that'd be painful. We'll see. That's sort of my ideas on ETH anyway. Further down the page. Oh, is it? Let me go and let's see. Oh, here it is. Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. Where? There's the ETH one, innit? There's ETH quarterly. How do I change this one to ETH? Oh, there we go. Right. Yeah, got it. Oh, yeah, look at that. On average, plus 17%. But yeah, last year was obviously great for it. Yeah, it's only really that's if it wasn't for that 2018 one being minus 24%, the average probably would be about plus 25, 30, wouldn't it? If that was like more neutral, it'd probably be pushing like 25% on average, which would be good. I mean, it's safe if we do get that. Say if we got 25%, yeah, that would take it right up towards here, wouldn't it? Take it right up towards here. Then maybe one last dip, push up in March, and then yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, yeah, that's super interesting. Bitcoin's always been good in February as well, for the most part. So I think it's lining up. It's lining up well. March has been good for ETH as well, really, hasn't it? Because you know you rule that one out, don't you? Because obviously that was COVID crash. So that's sort of like that's an anomaly. That. So I suppose probably in normal circumstance that probably would have been green as well. So February and March really you can take away both really good months. But that's sort of my planning for ETH anyway. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin's coming down a little bit. Let's see. We've closed the green background as well on Bitcoin, so that's closed out. So that was a good decision. And we have got a bearish arrow now too. We've got a bearish arrow on Bitcoin, so we'll see. Maybe we do get a drop down towards here and then bounce. Yeah, that's a joke. Yeah, no one do that. No one do that trade. 12.7x on 1% margin. So, I know you've been obviously you've been offloading a lot of your stuff, haven't you? SMFC. I'd be interested to know what you're left with. So, have you sold most of your Bitcoin? I know you've been selling off your altcoins, haven't you, gradually? Have you sold all your altcoins now? Are you left with any? And what have you decided to do with your Bitcoin? Have you sold all your Bitcoin or are you keeping some? It'd be interesting to know, to see where are you at with it. Nah, because of the downturn, I post on options. Fair enough. I've sold about 20% of the Bitcoin. Nice. So, what are you doing with the Bitcoin? Have you just got like a time sort of just DCAing out, or are you maybe waiting for one last blow off top to go right? Okay, done. What's your planning around your Bitcoin sells? Slowly and steadily. Yeah, fair enough. Shitloads of orders. And will you be taking it down to 0%, or are you going to be hanging on to some just in case, or because you just want to, or are you just going to go right? That's it, done with the lot on Bitcoin, get rid of it all, and then obviously look to buy back lower in the next 1 to 2 years. That's to be decided at the moment. Yeah, I suppose. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, even it doesn't really matter, does it? Like, as long as you're happy with where it's at for you selling, it doesn't matter if it gets one more leg up to 120, 130k. Doesn't matter, does it? Like, if you're happy with where it's at to sell, that's all that matters. Feels sad selling it. Yeah. I mean, the good thing is, I'm pretty sure no matter how high it goes, I'm pretty sure we'll get to buy back between 30 and 40k. I think anyway. I think we'll get to buy back between 30 and 40k. Worst case towards 50k. But I do believe we will get a chance much lower down once the cycle's over. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but yeah. That 32k level is just like it's just caught. It just looks at me and it just goes, bring it to me, like bring me the price. I'll be buying back at 47. I mean, it would be difficult not to start, wouldn't it? Like once it starts getting sub 50, you're like, right, okay. Obviously, depending on where it tops out, right, we're like 60% down, we're 70% down, whatever. I mean, the good thing to always remember, and I heard this saying, and it always sticks with me, is the price doesn't go as high as everyone thinks in bull markets, and it doesn't go as low as everyone thinks in bear markets. So, yeah, I'll always be buying the top. Well, I suppose you and Michael Saylor are together then, aren't you? At least you've got Saylor holding your hand. That's all I can say. At least you've got Saylor holding your hand. If you're always buying tops, he'll always be with you. His words, not mine. Given the level of ETF and institutions buying, do you really think we go lower than 70k? Yeah, I do. 100%. I think we go all the way down towards 32k. What else is there to buy? Nothing. To be honest, I completely agree with you. I wish at the end of 2022, early 2023, I wish I just went full Bitcoin maxi and just deployed all cash into Bitcoin, no altcoins, nothing. And that's something I'll carry over with me to the next cycle. Is I'm just going to go full Bitcoin maxi, maybe like 5% allocation to some altcoins, but that's it. Full Bitcoin maxi for me after this cycle. But yeah, Reggie man, I do. I don't think it really will be all anything to do with crypto. Actually, I think it's more so what's going to happen in the. It doesn't matter for them. I mean, it doesn't matter for them, does it? Because they'll just walk the price down. You got to think. They were buying. A lot of them were buying, probably much lower down. A lot of them were buying much lower down than even when the ETFs were starting. They'll have known that they were going to apply for that at least 6 months beforehand. So they were, these ETF issuers were probably buying their own stacks around 30k, 25k, easy, definitely. Like I would imagine. Why would you not? Because them filings that would have been discussed months before they actually filed for it. They knew what that filing would have done to the price, so they'll have been accumulating it just how normal institutions would accumulate Bitcoin without ETFs. They'll have 100% been accumulating it, and then guess what? They can sell it for like a 4x. Doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to them. They can just walk the price down. They've walked it up. They can walk it back down. The thing is, it's all about following the trend, innit? They're not just going to keep absorbing, trying to take away from the trend. And it's not even the fact of that. I think the biggest contagion risk is the stock market. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how great everyone thinks Bitcoin is. It doesn't matter how much the institutions love Bitcoin. When this starts to trend reversal, and at some point it will start to trend reversal. I mean, look at that. That's not like an altcoin. That's nothing. That is the Nasdaq. At some point we will get a correction on this, and we all know what happens. We only have a couple of % correction on the stock market, and Bitcoin absolutely shits the bed, doesn't it? It absolutely shits the bed on just a couple of %. As soon as the stock market wobbles like it did this week, Bitcoin shit the bed. So imagine if we do get a proper correction like this, just a standard correction on the high time frame. It's just a correction, innit? We've been going up only with little dips. But what happens when we do get a proper correction? And they do happen in history. Look at this. This is just a standard correction. What's that? 20%. So 20% down from here. We'll be back down towards here. Now, what happens to Bitcoin on the 20% pullback on the Nasdaq? You know what? Minus 30, minus 40, whatever. But look, I mean, the real contagion risk is stuff like this. I mean, just look at that. Now, if we look at this, right, and you look at this thing is, it's because I'm looking at it on the logarithmic. Hang on, let me turn it into regular. I mean, just look at this thing. This is like a big contagion risk to the stock market, this. But look at the rest of them. And I know me and Justin are going to cover this. Look at Meta. Just up only. Just, hardly any dip, nothing. Microsoft. Bit of consolidation here, but pretty much up only without any pullbacks. Tesla. Up only. Alphabet. Up only. Now, if we go back and have a look, I'll show you exactly what I mean. If we go back to all the way back here once upon a time, look what happened in the early 2000s on the dot-com bubble. That looks exactly pretty much like the NVIDIA chart, doesn't it? But it's not just that. Let's look at PayPal. And that's what I mean. I don't think, if you're asking me what I think happens, I don't think really the contagion risk is with crypto itself. I think the contagion risk is in, we've not got any data on PayPal for whatever reason. Was PayPal active back then, actually? Yeah, it would have been, of course it would. Was it? I don't know. What about Intel? Intel would have been there, wouldn't it? Intel Corporation. Back then. The contagion risk isn't really so much with, there we go. Now that, you could copy and paste that chart, couldn't you, onto any of the Mag 7, NVIDIA, Apple, whatever. You could copy and paste that. Price always returns to, like some form of level to the downside. It can't just go up forever. And that's probably the biggest risk. What are your thoughts today on XCN? I covered XCN before. Yeah, it's on an absolute ripper, isn't it? So strong. I think we looked at it the other day. I think it's it's got an interesting level, a couple of X away from here. But if it's your biggest altcoin bag, well done, mate. Killed it. So we had to get a Chinese from services. I'm staying down. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with it. Look at 2008, not punting either way. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, 2008 again, yeah, you know, same story, innit? Same story. So yeah, I don't know. I think we're safe. I think we're safe for now. But at some point, this will come back to a starting point. You know, whether it be here, it can't just go up forever. At the moment, it just looks like an altcoin, doesn't it? I think we're probably safe for throughout this year, maybe. You know, maybe we get some fluctuation. Maybe we even get a leg higher towards 200. But I think at some point it will return to, you know, some sort of rational level. And then that's when everything gets pulled down. You know, I mean, look at that. Look at the S&P 500. Just in the past two and a bit years. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, it can't go up forever. And that's where I think the risk comes to crypto. It's from that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see, innit? That's the thing. You can only try and plan for these things, can't you? You can't see into the future. You can only try and plan for these things. But I mean, this looks like, you know, a reasonable level on the S&P, doesn't it? This looks like a reasonable level. What sort of correction would that be? And you do get these corrections again, 20%. So that's the exact place where I've drawn the NASDAQ one. But then, you know, if there's even bigger contagion risk, you know, if there is anything that really badly happens, we could come all the way back down to here. You know, that's a key SR level on the weekly chart. That's a 42% drop. You know, that's a key SR level. Yeah, I think we're all right. Ding it. Oh, I missed it, haven't I? Ding, 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 ding. Let's go and have a look what Bitcoin's doing. Ding, 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 ding. I can't wait to have my bell. It's going to be awesome. Go to the 1 minute chart. Let's see what's happening. Pushing up on open. Getting a nice little push up on open, aren't we? Is my Trump trade finally in profit? No. Patience, David. Patience. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Me and here grays again. When was it great in the first place? I don't know. USA. Ding, ding. Yeah, thank you all for reminding me. I think we're probably safe for this year. I would probably say next year, maybe even towards the later end of this year. I don't know. But it will come. It can't just go up forever like that. Throughout history, there is corrections in the stock market, and they take a while to play out. You know, it might be over the course of a year, it might be 2 years, whatever. But there's no way it can just continue like it is forever. Let's hope that we're safe for this year. Get the bull market out of the way, and then it will be the buying opportunity of a lifetime, minus obviously the one at the end of 2022. But in terms of then forever, because if we do get that reset in the stock market, then that opens the door for Bitcoin then to go on its giant ETF run, like bigger than the one we've had now. You know, say if it resets back towards 30k, 40k, wherever, you know, then you've got the ETF run to go right, 10x from here now, or whatever. And I would love to buy down there, but we are getting a nice push up on Bitcoin on open. Will it last? That's the question. Will it last, or will it be a pump and dump? Will it be a swift reversal? I'll leave you with this for now because I do need to. I'll tell you what, I don't need to go to the toilet. I can last another 10 minutes. I don't need to go now. I do need it, but it can wait for 10 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. I am going to be covering more of this. So obviously I had a brief overlay of it today. But what I've planned with Justin is that we're going to cover the Mag 7. We'll cover the NASDAQ. We'll cover the S&P. And we'll look at it in terms of, right, you know, we're not trying to FUD We're not trying to, whatever. Let's just look at the chart and look at the high time frame. What is the chart saying? And I think it will be pretty clear once we've gone over it and stuff like that. Hello, Gel Glue. How you doing? Thoughts on OM Mantra? Insane strength. I'll cover Mantra now. Please, Dave, do a freestyle rap using Fartcoin as a topic. No. Put it into ChatGPT. Let's have a look at OM because, insane strength. Funny, right? So, OM, I actually thought... let's turn Stonksy off for a sec. I actually thought, okay, this actually might be distribution here. So because this went on for so long, as you can see here, I've drawn the lines. Because this went on for so long, I thought this is like, because of how much it's gone up as well, it did like 140x within a year. Well, less than a year, really. I thought that this was distribution. Just because of obviously how much it had gone up, how fast the last leg was, that looked like a blow off top, and then a prolonged ranging phase distribution. But you just can't deny, can you, that this is insane? It's insane strength, especially in this market. Someone really likes OM and just keeps pumping it. So I don't know where it settles. I don't know what. But yeah, the strength on it is insane. It can't be doubted. The only thing potentially is if you're looking to downside. Obviously, it's done a nice little SR test there on it. So this is now support. It was resistance. This is now support. If it does get back below here, for whatever reason, if it just has a blow off top up towards there, wherever, and then it comes back down and it does get back below, this then probably becomes a UTAD, so an up thrust after distribution, and just like a one last final shakeout before then distribution is finished and it heads down. That is literally the only bear case that I see for it, is that this is the last blast off the up thrust after distribution. So distribution, up thrust after it, and then back in the range, and then eventually fall out the range. Apart from that, I think, who's to say how high it could go? It's in price discovery, innit? $6, $7, $10. It only needs a 2x from here, and it's above $10, doesn't it? So I don't know. I really don't know. But that was a long consolidation, led to very fast breakout. So insane. They partnered with Damat Group recently. It's by far one of the strongest altcoins of this cycle. And it's probably the strongest altcoin at the moment in terms of just the overall. I think it must be within the top 50 now. It's definitely the strongest altcoin. Alongside, you've got XCN, Sui still relatively strong. So yeah, really, really, really good strength. And where it ends, I have no idea. So that's that. I mean, if we just take the top, if we just, oh God, what am I doing? If we just fib this out, I mean, if we fib it out, and we say that there's the initial top, there's the bottom. We're approaching the 1.618 mark, around 550 next, and then the highest extension would be $7. So I would probably take. I mean, you can't really go off much else, can you? When you're in price discovery, this is probably the closest thing that we've got to hand. So we'll mark this on, and we'll come back to it maybe next week or something, and we'll see, right, what was that correct at all? It'd be interesting to see if it is. Let's go back and have a look at Bitcoin. What have we got going on? Looks like it's just remaining strong. We are back inside as well, this low time frame. This low time frame range. We did drop out slightly, but have reclaimed it now. So yeah, it's still in a low time frame range at the moment. My Trump trade is finally in profit. It didn't even really go that much below, did it? But I do, that Trump is really coming into volatility contraction now. So we'll see what happens with it. But let me know. Has anyone got any final questions or anything? Or whatever? Let me know. We've been on for nearly 2 hours now, so yeah, another good stream. Really good stream. Do you think Tau could bounce from here? Go and have a look, actually. I haven't looked at Tau in a while. Do make sure you've dropped a like on the stream now and do subscribe. And check out the links in the description. If you're looking to trade any of these altcoins that we're looking at today and you haven't already signed up to BLOFIN on the Stonksy link, do make sure you do. You get yourself some nice welcome bonuses. Let's see. What were we looking at then? Tau. The thing with Tau is, so I think it's got a couple of moving parts here. So if we get Tau up on here, I think it's obviously the largest AI coin in it. Yeah, 4 billion market cap. Yeah. The thing is, it's got a very low circulation. Now, when I last looked at it, I think it only had about 20% or something within circulation. So particularly within like the last year, there's definitely been a lot of coins released into circulation. Now there's still another 60% to go. So I don't know what it's like for unlocks on this or not, but that's something to consider. However, as you can see here, we drew this out. We had the box for demand, and then we had up or down. We broke back below, but then have reclaimed and now heading up. So for me, this box is still valid. We broke down, headed to the downside, but then have reclaimed it and are now pushing back up. I think it just requires, doesn't it? Like, it's been in consolidation for a while now. It's been in consolidation for a while. I think it just requires like just overall altcoin strength, really. I think, is AI going to come back now? I don't know. Like, I don't know if we'll see like the giant AI run that we once got. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the thirst is there for AI really as much as memes. But I don't doubt that when we do get a proper alt season, you know, we probably could see it, you know, maybe up here, maybe up here. I don't know. But, you know, after this consolidation and accumulation, it probably will get an expansive drop, shoot to the upside. How high, I don't know. But it's holding where it needs to at the moment. That's all you can say, and it's holding where it needs to. So compromise. They say I'm not doing any bounce, any freestyle. I'm not doing any freestyle. But let me know if anyone's got any final questions or thoughts or feelings. Get it in the chat now, and I will answer before we go off stream. Been a nice little chilled one today, hasn't it? I'm going to try and get a guest on for tomorrow because the guest streams are mega, aren't they? I really like having like a little, with having the conversation and a co-host. Really good. So we'll see who's about. I'll try and pull someone into it anyway. Imagine Project says, Dave, we love you. I love you as well, mate. I love you as well. And I love each and every one of you that are watching now. And show me that you love me by dropping a like on the stream. And do make sure you sign up to BLOFIN in the description. And if you're not yet signed up to Stonksy, make sure you do sign up to Stonksy as well. That's the second link in the description. You get full indicator access. You get access to the Discord. And you will get access to the trading bot that is nearing release. So, yeah, loads of stuff going on. And all updates that we do, you get all that part of the package for free as well. So, yeah. Try and get Jordan on for 10 minutes. Yeah, that would be good, to be fair. Maybe I could see what Jordan's doing. Maybe we could do a joint stream. Good idea, Richard. I'll ask him. Get Big J on. I'm guessing that's what you mean. I don't think he'd come on stream. I don't think he'd come on stream. P.S. I just saw Gary Lineker getting a Burger King at the services. Really, yeah. You'd think he'd be more of like a Five Guys person or something, wouldn't you? But then I suppose these people are just normal people at heart as well, like the rest of us, aren't they? He likes a good old Burger King, does he? Maybe he's after a new ad now. He's leaving Match of the Day. Maybe he's after a new partnership to cover the missing money. His goatee is incredible in person. I can't look at Jasmine back phone. Oh, mate, me too. I literally, where is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I literally longed the bottom as well, and I closed it out because of FOMC. I thought if we get a drop, we could drop significantly into the range. And my entry was like 2.4. It was like 2.4 or something. It was mega, my entry. And I'd be like, yeah, I'd be 20% up now. And as you can see here, we're in the falling wedge as well. So something to watch out for is when it comes into contact with this upper bit again, we might get a sell-off from there. Or if it breaks out, it could break out ferociously. So yeah, something to keep an eye on. Too late to long Jasmine. I wouldn't long it here, mate. Personally, I wouldn't long it here. I'd wait for maybe contact into here to see what it's like. Maybe short it, or maybe wait for another retest down towards 2.5. You're sort of longing it in between this wedge, aren't you? Now you're just in no man's land, especially sort of here as well, where it's found strong absorption. I should have just left it open, but there we go. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who's joined today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said before, make sure you check out the links in the description for BLOFIN and Stonksy. And I'll see you back all tomorrow for Friday's stream. Hopefully we'll have a guest on. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, in the meantime, hope you have a good one. And yeah, see you tomorrow.